Hey there. So, in this video, we'll be talking about amortization of a mortgage and reading tables. This is more about reading tables than anything else. Again, the amortization of a mortgage, we had our definition in the previous lesson, but just to review, it is the principal and interest that are paid off with an equal series of payments, or regular payments. And the best way to understand this, or just to know how to read tables, is to do problems. So let's take a look at the first problem. So, example one, the monthly mortgage payments. The confirmas take out a mortgage of 210,000 at 5% interest per year, which is compounded semi-annually for 25 years. And now here's a table that they made, and you just got to be able to read it. So, and this has been amortized, so everything is basically yeah. So let's take a look at the question. So how much interest and principal are paid off in the 25th payment? The fifth payment. So let's go up here. Here is the fifth payment right there, and it says here how much interest and principal are paid. Okay, so the interest that this is the payment. This is what the payment is, the entire payment. But you have to pay the interest and principal. So this payment here consists of both these two numbers. So I'm gonna write use my pen tool uh, down over here. Let me just turn on my Bluetooth. Okay, over here. Let me just get this. Here we go. So the interest for the fifth payment, I'm just gonna put a fifth payment. The interest for the fifth payment is about 860. Well, over here, get dollar sign, $860.12. Now, what's the principal? Or the principal at at the fifth payment? Put a fifth payment pay, and it is over here, 361. 361.25%. Again, this number is the principal because that's the principal paid, right? And this number here is basically all three of these numbers added together gives you this number here. Okay, or based no, that's I think it's outstanding monthly pay. Oh yeah, so it's minus. So the numbers are getting smaller. Yeah, so it's this number here minus these three numbers. Okay, that's how much do the confirmers still owe after the fifth payment? Well, here's the fifth payment. And if you take a look here, the outstanding balance at the fifth payment is two. This is basically this number here. So I'm gonna write it up down here. How much do they owe after the fifth payment? They still owe that's 208.55 dollars. That's a lot of money. What is the outstanding balance after the 6 months? So after 6 months here, this is the balance after 6 months. So you would say, let me just see if I can get that number here. If I can squeeze it in here, that would be 207,845.81. Okay, let's look at the next question. I should probably say, I should write on here, outstanding, outstanding, and I'll just put an arrow right there. Compare the interest rate, the interest and the principal paid in the first 6 months of the mortgage with the interest and principal paid off at the last 6 months of the mortgage. Is it increasing or decreasing? Well, it should be decreasing, and I'll show you why. Let's write on decreasing. It's decreasing because the interest is being paid. Well, here, take a look. So every time that you pay it off, the interest is getting smaller, and the principal is actually getting bigger because you're paying more it off because everything is equal payments. Now, if your interest that you're paying is smaller, because the interest is dependent on the outstanding balance. If the outstanding balance is getting smaller, then the interest you pay is getting smaller. Hence why this is getting smaller and this is getting smaller. Therefore, the principal that you're paying off is actually getting bigger. So you would say on the bottom here, decreasing interest, decreasing interest, and increasing, increasing, oh, that is spelled right, increasing principal paid. What percentage of the total amount is paid in interest? Okay, so this, you would have to know the total amount that you're paid, the whole amount you're paid, and the amount that you did pay, and the total interest that's occurred. So this table is a great way of getting it. So all of this is added. So it's basically this. This is the interest right here. If you look up at this table, this is the interest paid, and this is the monthly payments. So in total, this is the total interest you paid throughout the 300 terms, 300 terms. So this is the total amount you paid, and this is the total amount of monthly payments that you've made. So you just divide those numbers. So it was about, let me just say, interest. I don't know if you can remember those numbers. I do. It is about 156,41125. Let's double check that right here. Yep, that looks about right. Divided by the total amount that you paid, which is right here. That's 366,411.25. And if you're dealing with interest and you want to put in a percentage, then you have to multiply it by 100. And I believe that should be 43%. So the percent that the amount of interest you're paying compared to what the total you're paying is 43%. So you're paying 43% of uh your 43% of your payment is basically going towards is basically interest. The bank is collecting 43%. So the banks are pretty happy. Okay, so that's about it. I believe I do have some homework for this, and my apologies for the last lesson. There is homework for the last lesson as well, but I guess you'll find that out sooner or later. Okay, that's about it.